Hello, everyone. Good morning. Uh, Despite this uncertain situations, I think it is best for a lot of us, small business owners, businesses that usually uh, run offline and cannot go virtual, to think about a few points, especially in the home services industry, which my company Leap provides a software that helps you fasten the sales process, take all your records virtual, have a lot of bells and whistles and integrations to companies like Improve It 360, Eagle View, Hover, to financing options. All of these could be done virtually. But the point is not what you do today. As we come out of this, when there is a great comeback, everything opens up again, which all of us are hoping happens very fast. There are some things that we should note, and one of them is just consumer behavior. As you know, between generation and generation, things have changed a lot. The way baby boomers do things may not be the same like Gen X, millennials, or the new Gen Z that's coming up. I think we probably have all the generations in my house too. So I just wanted to tell you my own personal experience. The last 2 to 3 jobs, two roofing jobs and one HVAC job. I never met the salesperson at all. It was all done virtually. If they had to come and inspect the house, they did that either outside the house or a very quick visit. So, yes, I understand there are some things, but if you wanted to use technology, then you use Hover to take a few pictures, and Hover kind of puts it into a good, almost accurate measurement of what the room or the roof or the attic or whatever you want to say comes up. So I really liked the experience. I got a wonderful job. I researched the contractors who I used. I did a thorough job. So somebody who got excellent reviews and somebody who I could see the content that they had created and I could see the brand that they had created. Those are the people that I really chose. And I did ask in my next door network about this. So my point takeaway here is consumers today ask people when they come into the house to, hey, can you take off your shoes or put on the shoe cover or anything like that. Today may just say like, hey, is it possible that you do this without entering my house? If that is possible, then there are certain tools that you can do. Yesterday, the Leap team had organized a webinar with Michael Lyons of Long Roofing and Caroline from Improve 360. These two people actually gave some very good tips. One of the tips that Michael Lyons was saying that even today, I think people are asking for estimates because they know if they need to get something done, they need to get something done whether now or not. So one thing that I thought was having all your salespeople carry a chair and sit outside the house so you're almost being touchless, and then doing a Zoom call with the homeowner, because all said and done you might need to take some pictures outside the house, especially if you're looking at windows or you're looking at other gutters or other things that they may need. So the sales people take the pictures outside using Hover, measure it, get an eagle view, aerial measurement done, and then using Leap, they look at all the options that the homeowner needs and easily just email it to them. So this is almost touchless, and I like the idea, and especially it's a small touch to have a chair and sit down and and then you're not spending too much time because there's efficiency in technology. So the takeaway here is if you can continue your business depending on your local laws and everything else, you can start using technology. But that's not the point. The point is prepare for the future. And I'm so happy. I teach at Georgetown University, and I'm so happy that Georgetown has always been preparing for this. Even, and the reason we were preparing for this was not because we expected a situation like this, was because very often when I'm teaching a class nights and weekends, and it is there's a weather event like a snowstorm or a weather or something else, we wanted to prepare to continue to have these classes so that people can get the knowledge and education that they necessary that they used. And I've used it a couple of times in the past, so it was very easy for us to do that. As you all know, I very recently joined Leap, and I was so surprised how prepared everybody in Leap was. As soon as Patrick Fingles announced with Walker Matthews that hey, from next week everybody's going to go virtual because we want to prepare for a time when we want to practice physical distancing. It was so amazing to see everybody just knew what equipment they needed to put in their cars and take it, and things are back to normal. Most customers don't even know that. The second thing that people can do is, like, if you have people who you don't want to lay off, here's the chance for you to give them some work to set up the systems that you've always been putting off. Sometimes it is uploading your whole, pitch book, price list into one single system. Obviously, I'll put a pitch for Leap here because you can actually do that very easily, and every single salesperson has the same price list, has the same pitch book, and they don't have to come to the office. And some of your salespeople are out, and I'm talking about even when business opens again. You don't want them to come to the office driving 150 miles just to come back and submit some paperwork. So being able to do that virtually, according to Michael Lyons of Long Roofing, has really helped in efficiency. And Steve Stencil, who's one of the co-founders of Leap, actually was a salesman. The idea of Leap came up because he was tired of working on these gigantic Excel spreadsheets, and so that's how Leap was born. It was born out of a necessity, out of a problem that needed to be solved. Like many of you as business owners know that when the sales team gives you a work order from a client and it's all handwritten, there are chances of errors. My handwriting is very bad. If I would do a very poor job if I was in roofing sales, because you would not know whether I wrote an M or a N or something else. So removing errors and preparing your business for a time when things are going to be going in an upward curve is probably a good thing to use. And training your employees on new tools. I think this is an absolutely good time to do this. I also want to give a shout out to Charles Antis of Antis Roofing. He's been posting some very good content on LinkedIn about how his team is doing things. And I thought one of the interviews that he had very recently on LinkedIn was about homeowners associations, right? Business sometimes still has to, if there is a leaking roof, that's something that people need to get fixed immediately. It's not like you can always put it off. Or if you're a plumbing business and then somebody's water pipe breaks, you have to do it. So he's got some pretty good content about how he's doing things virtually, not only for his own company but how his people are going into homes and trying to fix things. He's actually been using, his salespeople have been using iPads for a very long time. So I consider him as a good thought leader, as like many of you who are listening to this. So if you have any tips about how to prepare for the future, whether it is 2 weeks, 3 weeks, hopefully it's less than that. If all of us practice physical distancing, the logic seems to be that this thing can be contained to a very manageable level. It may not disappear, but it can be contained to a very manageable level. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope this was useful to you. If it is, please leave a comment. Would love to hear from you and appreciate your listening to this video. Thank you.